Okay. It is streaming, right? Yeah, it is. On YouTube actually went out with the notification literally straight away. Who is it? Ooh. Let's go with who to colour first. Hi. Hello, Tegan. I hope I'm saying that right. Hi, Hector. Hi, Rain. I thought I would stream doing the rest of these mermaids. I also have stuff to do when it's done as well. But whether I'll get around to that during this stream, I don't know. Hi. Can't believe YouTube actually went out with its notification this time. Who is it? We don't know. I can usually tell when it goes out with its notifications because I actually get an email saying I've gone live because I'm subscribed with my second channel's notifications on, just so I can like test it. God, what colour should I use first? So we need like a brownish. Oh wait, I forgot that I have these. So how is everybody? We're just going to do some Copic colouring. Okay, we need like a brown, so like somewhere up here, but that's kind of a bit on the darker side. Ooh, maybe some of these ones, because I like using my brush markers. She has a more like orangey brown. I don't know if you remember, but I was the one who tagged you in a drawing of a couple doing digital art. Oh, how long ago was that? It probably is in my tagged mentions, but whether I saw it, I can't remember. I might have done. Oh, 2 weeks ago. Then it's not really been that long ago. My phone was on charge earlier, so I got it just before sitting down and pressing the stream button. Okay. What's your picture of? Oh, I did notice it. I have really bad memory. Oh, I think I know. Yeah, okay. Cool. Memory's not just bad. It's also eyesight is bad too. I'm falling apart. Oop, no. This is the praline colour, if I'm not mistaken. We also have saddle brown. Where's that one? Oh, I can actually do an undertone of dusty pink. That's a bit too dark. Putty. Blush. Blush is like this really pretty colour. It's got like a pinkish undertone, and I usually use pink or purpley undertones with my skin tones. Why not? Let's just use this. That's a lot pinker than I remember. It's been a while since I've like properly used markers. It's because I'm currently, my favourite medium is watercolour, so I'm not using markers as much as I used to when I was slightly younger. Hello, Bear Bear. I'm good. I'm good, Hector. Thank you. Oop. So these mermaids, for those who don't know, are a part of a series. Eli, you mean, is that one of your characters, or is that the eel mermaid? Or merman, sorry. My bad. Because I'm excited if it is Eli. Okay, so these mermaids are part of a series that I'm currently colouring in. They're hopefully going to be stickers for my very first convention. So in the last stream I did these two girls. Then off stream I did Zayla, and then I did Caspian as well. I just did them off stream because I was literally just in like a momentum, and I just wanted to keep going, so I just did. So yeah, these characters are actually part of the same world the series is in. At the moment though, the series is in a particular kingdom that's not where any of these ones are from. So they won't appear, I don't think, ever in the comic, but they're a part of the same world, essentially. And in terms of chapter 4, I've been wanting to do chapter 4 for a while, but like there have been so many other things that I've been needing to take care of lately. And plus, interconnected, my comic at the moment, I have been drafting it, so I've been doing draft notes of how the dialogue pans out, because I have a plan of how it's going to turn out in terms of story. There's story beats that I need to hit. It's just that how you get to those story beats is something I'm working on. doing Elias. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see the grumpy child of my Instagram OCs collection. Also, speaking of Instagram Designs My OCs series, hopefully I'm going to try and do episode 5 at some point during August. But in terms of the series, episode 5 is currently like a secret one, but in terms of episode 6, I know I haven't even done episode 5 yet, but episode 6 I have made some extra polls for. So I've made 3 extra options. So the options are the ability to suggest a character trait, the ability to suggest an age. I know age has been one that people have been wanting for the series. And then the last one is about jewelry or glasses or both, or like basically they're more suggestion polls, so they'll be using the questions feature on Instagram rather than the poll feature, but they'll still be part of the series and I'll make it into it. So what is everybody up to? It is currently 22:22, which is 10:10. Oh, no, 10:22. My brain is not working properly. I might try and soften the colour with like a more orangey colour. What about a yellowy? Nope, that's too yellow. I need E50. Bleh. I won't be able to stay for too long for the stream. I'm doing story arcs for my current manga project. How exciting! Oh. Yeah, I'm currently working on my comic project, Interconnected, on Webtoon. At the moment, in terms of chapter 4, I've sketched up 5 pages of Interconnected chapter 4, but yeah, I only got 5 pages in. It's because there's a lot of detail in some of the characters' designs, and they take me quite a while to get right. Why have I gone tired all of a sudden? I might open the window. Not much though. I should have really started with this colour rather than waiting until now to bring it out. The skin tones always look really weird until I actually just bring out the clothing colours. Chat's really quiet, which, that's okay. Oh, that's so good. Oh, it's exciting when you're building your character world. I have so much fun building mine. I think I might need a darker colour, or maybe even that like E04, because I use E04 in a lot of my colour matches. It's a really good colour just to blend things together with. I know! Elias's hair is amazing. I love drawing it. Another character's hair I like drawing is Callan's. Callan's hair is so good. And if you don't know Callan, where's my sketchbook? I thought my sketchbook was around here. Callan is my Pirate King character, but I can't find my sketchbook to show you. Where is it? I'm really sad. It was here. Where the hell did I put it? I scanned it. I scanned my sketchbook earlier, so it's gotta be somewhere. Oh, there it is. I was stupid and left it on top of here. So this is what Callan's hair looks like. It's like very chunky. His hair is really, really fun to draw. It's very chunky. I wouldn't say my stories are long. I would say they're very... yeah, I kind of would say they're sort of long. I was about to say, no, they're not long. You are. I think in terms of like the story, I think rather than the word long, I would say they're more deep. I think deep is a better word to describe them than long. He's cute. Yes, I love Callan. Callan's so good. He's fun. Wait. And Callan's love interest is Briar. So technically in the story, Callan becomes Nicholas's brother-in-law. Because Briar is Vanessa's sister. Oh yeah, that's exactly the colour I needed. Just to deepen the shadows. I just love curly hair. Yeah, Callan's hair is like, yeah, it's chunky, but it's actually like curls. It doesn't look like curls, but like I like put lines on there. They're kind of like matted corkscrews. Or at least that's how I imagine them to be. I just love curly hair at the moment. Yes, Elias. In terms of curly hair, Loki's fun. I love drawing Loki. I have Amelia as well. Amelia has curly hair, but she has like shorter, more pristine curls, whereas Loki is a bit like Elias, where you go big curl. I just love how your characters are related. Yeah, exactly. Why do you think I called the name of the comic Interconnected? Because pretty much a lot of the stories are all interconnected in some way. Already in the comic, with the 3 chapters, there are already many storylines that can be connected to the point I started at. Just in those 3 chapters, there are so many different directions it could go in that could be explored. I don't know whether you'll get them all. I think I have mentioned them. I have mentioned the story beats before, but whether you'll know what it is, let's just say when I get to later chapters of the comic, or I even get to the next arc, maybe look back at those early chapters and try and spot connections. That's all I'll really say. You need a reference for Elias's mouth. I don't have... Wait. It should be over there. Oh wait, no. I remember where I put it. I was going to get out the other mermaid pictures anyway. How many arcs is there in the comic? At the moment, I don't know. I'm going to just do one arc at a time and see how far I get. But at the moment, like I think at the moment, in terms of my comic, the thing I'm going to follow is the same timeline. So the timeline is going to be the same. So it's along the same stretch of time, essentially speaking. But sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. It's along the same stretch of time, but things are happening in other kingdoms around the same sort of time. I've only got three episodes up so far on Webtoon. I started it back in June. Well, technically I started it in March, but I didn't start uploading it until June. It's because I went through counselling in May, which kind of like got my confidence back and got the ball rolling again, and I picked up the project again. So really speaking, you've got my counselling I had for 6 weeks. Oh yeah, that's Elias's mouth. Whether this camera will focus properly. His inner teeth go down and his outer teeth go up. What's it called? It's called interconnected, but you could also search my my username into the search bar in Webtoon. Or there is a link to the Webtoon down in the description of this live stream. Oh. But yeah, there's many different arcs, each one in a different kingdom, I would say. So far, in terms of the arcs, there's definitely one in Verona that I want to do. I'm going to get the Loca one out of the way with first, before I even think. I think about the Verona arc, but there are some ties already there. For years now, I cannot wait to see the story evolve. I have explained some parts of it before in live streams, in sketchbook tours, also in Inktober, because in Inktober I do a drawing every single day, and it kind of like ties into parts of different stories. So you get like snippets here and there throughout Inktober, which I find really, really cool. I did that last year and I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait until this year. Inktober is like my favourite thing in the world. The only thing is though, the burnout afterwards is horrendous, but Inktober itself, love it to bits. Hi Roscoe Rose. Okay. Are your main OCs in different kingdoms? Yes, they are. Whether we'll see the twins though, that's debatable. To be honest, a lot of the OCs might not even appear in the comic. I know that might sound disappointing, but some of them are the comic focuses more so on the interconnected royal houses, really. But some of the characters, like the twins, are civilians, so it doesn't really make sense for them to appear. They might appear as like cameos, say in the background or something. I haven't decided yet. I think that's probably the best way to put it. The comic parts take quite a while to come out because I do them mainly traditionally. I do them in watercolour because I play to my strengths. Some people have called me mad for doing that, but I think it just makes the comic stand out and it gives it a really cool effect. Just me. I mean, I did comics in uni, so I really think that it's a progression that was kind of predictable, really. Shopping for school books tomorrow. My uni, college in America, finally got a creative writing course. Oh my god, that's awesome! My sister loves creative writing. Speaking of my sister, I kind of had this like brainwave the other day for like a video idea. I don't know whether it will work. But basically my sister loves creative writing. She is a huge, like, she likes history, she likes like crime and mystery, and obviously history, as I just said. So history, mystery, crime sort of thing. And she writes a lot of her own sort of like fictional stuff. Kind of like how I do with my character universe. She kind of has one as well, but it's more in like her writing. Oh, thank you. It's kind of like a blend of a webcomic and a traditional comic, which I kind of find interesting. But yeah, this video idea is basically me drawing some of my sister's story. Or like either some scenes or some characters. Although I've drawn some of her characters before in a video. And weirdly enough, I talked about same face syndrome, which is not one of my star achievements, let's just say that. So in a way, I kind of want to do that video idea, but in a way I don't. It really depends, because I've got a lot of ideas for videos under my belt. Plus, I have a convention coming up, so it's a lot. I have over 100. I think the last time we counted it was about like 115 to 120, but like I definitely think there's more at this point. Don't ask me how I keep up. I really don't know. I will say, for those of you who have read the comic so far, what do you think of, like what story beat am I going to focus on? Or, like, do you have any inkling of what's going to happen? Because I know some people know more than others. Or, like, what do you think? Who's going to be the main focus? Like, anything. Any thoughts or theories? Because I'd love to hear them. I'd say yes and no. Obviously, I can't fully confirm it either way, but yes and no. It does take other approaches as well. I think out of all of my characters that I've made over the years, I think probably the character's backstory who stayed most consistent is probably Loki's. Which is saying a lot, considering, like, there's a couple of the characters that have just, like, had huge changes in their stories. Oop. To be honest, how I remember my characters is I basically go by kingdom. So I kind of remember them by what kingdom they belong to. I know there's some characters who kind of, like, cross kingdoms. Have you spelled interconnected right? Or you could just literally type my my name in my username. So my username on Webtoon is exactly the same as my Twitter and Instagram handle. Obviously without the @ but there's also a link to it down in the description. Yes, just got it. Okay. It shouldn't take you that long to read, honestly. I know people rush through comics, but the artist spends so long doing them. I think with comics, it's very easy to forget that the artists literally spend days on just like one chapter. Especially when you're binge reading it. They are. Elias's eyes are like intense. It's like, Lorelei, what did you get yourself into? Okay. Well, thank you for the suggestion. Ooh, that's bright. Wait, I meant this one. YR15, Y38. I think Y38 could be a good one, or Y35. Because I want a good blending colour. I don't want to go too dark. I want to just blend it in, so I'm trying to go with blended colours, or colours that work well together. Loki's mom is so pretty! Yes, she is. She's gorgeous. The freckly mother. Yes. Yes, we love a menacing boy. Okay. YR68, which is like this orangey sort of colour. Hopefully it can blend in decently with this, because we need like a really bright orange. We also need red. Did I even colour in the EO7 on this? I don't think I did, or did I? Yes, I did. EO7 would be a good colour. And then E18 could be a decent blending. Being sneaky as always. Just tell me when you've read like all 3 chapters. Because I will say that I think you might get a different opinion of some characters depending on their actions. And I'm not going to say which characters you'll get different opinions of, but like you might be surprised at what happens. Some of you might not be, because some of you already know. There we go, there's that blend. I'm going to try and intensify it in some places where I didn't before. I need E18. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Sorry, I'm looking at my reference picture. wish there wasn't like police sirens in the background. They always kind of spook me this late at night. Like last night there was kind of like this police chase around the area, and you could tell because like there were noises, and it spooked me so bad because I was in one of those kind of like moods where I was easily spooked yesterday. Nick being sneaky as always. Have I read that? I think I have. You'll DM me the sketch of Eli. Yes! I was looking for my phone then. I'm too excited for this. I love this gradients in the skirt. Thank you. I do need to make it like less. Well, I do need to like do some stippling on it, because she does actually have some texture on this skirt, but I'm trying to make the texture almost blend in with the gradient a little bit. It won't fully blend in, but just getting that texture effect could be cool. Oh my god, I love it. It's so good. You made him look so handsome. Oh my god. It's amazing. I love it. It's so good. looks really good though. You made him look amazing. His hair is so much fun to draw, and I can tell you've had a blast doing his hair. It is late. But I actually want to get all these 3 done. But will you be doing a live stream of your character's weapons like what you're doing now? I don't know. Because in terms of like pieces of equipment, they show up in certain illustrations. I don't do pictures of them separately, if that makes sense. Unless of course I'm like starting to design them. Like most of the pictures of items are usually with some certain stuff. Like there's something of Rivers that I actually had to design today when sketching out her appearance in chapter 4. But I don't really do those kind of things separately. Oh, hello, Erica. You're excited for chapter 4. I have started sketching it. I think that's about, in terms of illustrations, I don't usually include the social media page, but if I did, there would be about 17 pages, I think, off the top of my head. And I've sketched about 4. I have the draft layout. I have the layout of the draft. I just have to draw over that draft. And in terms of the drawings for that draft, I've done 4. So I'm about a third of the way through the sketches. It takes me a bit to do that because I've got to draw the characters' details. There's certain details which I have to remember to draw as well. Okay. I thought I'd finish these off. I don't think I'm going to get to my video project today, like during this live stream, although I do have them ready to go. I need to trace them on with a light box, but I think I might do that in the morning. To be honest, in terms of doing that, I could probably wait to do that until I do my line work for the comic, because I do a huge line work session then, so it would only make sense to do it all at once. I'm doing an art supply review for my next video. Before I start editing though, I've got to email the company just being like, can you send me your links please? Oh, that's the colour I was looking for. Like this one. This one is like the best one in terms of like bleeding the colour down. God, I'm liking that a lot better. I'm just gonna do like little orange dots around the bottom, as well as like blend them up the sides a little. But yeah, I'm excited for chapter 4 too. In terms of drafts and draft notes, so in terms of drafts, just like the scribbles that make up the composition and layout of the pages, I've done up to chapter 6, and in terms of the draft notes, where I just draft out the dialogue before the layout drafts, I've done up to chapter 8. Well, I've done chapter 8, sorry. So it's exciting. Because I know what happens before any of you guys. So I'm excited. Okay. Oh, I really like the skirt. The skirt turned out better than I thought it would. Do you like historical series? What do you mean by that? Do you mean like documentaries, like historical documentaries? Because yes, I can watch them all day, every day, for the rest of time. So basically I start off with the lightest colour, and then go to the darker colour. I mean, some blends have been harder than others. Just to give you an example. Wait. Oh wait, they're over here. Oops. Some of the blends that I did previously for like other characters have been even harder. Hi, Undead Rose. But yeah, some of these blends were kind of harder because you had colours that didn't really fully go together. So like this greyish blue and the pink. Then you've got like brown and purple, which don't really go together. Hello, Emma. And then this skin tone was particularly difficult to like blend together. I don't know how I did that one. I just have to gradient pink to white. Oh, cool. If you're going to do white blend, then you'll need a colourless blender. Oh, hello, Moth. You came through the open window, didn't you? Oh, for God's sake. Ooh. I just knocked my chair against my against my drawing board. Okay. Let's grab the darker brown. Just to like make the underskirt more darker. I've got my Posca pen, so I can always just bring the bring her suckers back. Do you ever get really nervous about posting art? Yes. More so about live streaming, to be honest. I get more nervous about live streaming, especially if I haven't done it in a long time. Yeah, because the colourless blender, even though it says colourless blender, it's more like colour remover. But it is good to like blend into the paper. Okay. I need to reference Octavia's hair colour, which is kind of like a brown, like a sepia kind of brown. Which I'm hoping won't blend into her skin tone that much, but I'll just make the brown darker. I'll just go with this as the base tone. I still need to do her top, which is going to be like a grey. Are there any types of characters or creatures you really like drawing? I like drawing all of my characters. However though, because of certain projects, I draw particular characters more so than I draw like the rest of them. I have like 100+ characters, so it's really hard to draw all of them, and fairly as well, especially when I have a comic project that literally I need to draw that certain characters again and again and again. At the moment, I'm not really watching anime. I feel like, in terms of watching new anime, I don't really watch new stuff anymore. The last new, well then again it was new when I started watching it. The last new anime that I watched was Yuri on Ice. And even when I got to that, I think it was on like episode 6, I think. So I could literally binge through a couple of episodes before catching up with everybody else. Oh, it's more of a teal colour. I didn't realise. Let's go for a B23 and a B72. This colour very much cuts through a lot of the colour. going to dull it down a little with a colour called Ice Ocean. Okay, so there's Mariposans, which are butterfly people. They are of the air. Obviously, there's also bird people from Avis. They are also air types. Water types are obviously the characters from Okral, which are these three, and then the other characters that I've did as part of like this series. Other characters from other kingdoms, like, they have certain powers. So, say from Loka, I think it's really speaking only the royals who have like the greater abilities of time manipulation, but like everyone in Loka has the ability to see previous events. They don't have the ability to manipulate time to their will, but they do have the ability to view past events or like view future events. Whereas like the royals have like more like manipulation of that kind of thing. They also have like the added benefit of like space manipulation too. They, I don't know how to word this. My brain is literally like, I cannot word this properly. Loka is the kingdom of balance, or what they call the kingdom of balance. It is the center hub of law and order in the world. It has a responsibility to upkeep. Because controlling time is like a really important thing that you've got to keep in check, that's why they are in charge of that. Makes the most sense. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the suggestion anyway. Oh, wow. Okay. No. That's cool. So what element? So it's like an element sort of thing. Kinda. Well, it's how I kind of... The whole elements thing is literally just how I separate the types of characters. But really speaking, they would be more or less different types of species. In terms of types of species, there's not just sea creatures or like birds or butterflies. There's also fauns and centaurs as well. Now, obviously, when it comes to creatures of different species, I know it's probably going to come up. Where does Jalul fit in that? Well, Jalul's is a very special case because with his story was more or less a breaking of tradition, and because of that a curse was put on him, not from his own doing, more or less from his mom and dad's doing. But without his mom and dad doing that, like, he wouldn't have even been born in the first place. So it's a double-edged sword. I couldn't I? Yeah. Well, I'm turning them into a comic already, so kind of difficult to turn them into a book when I have already started making a comic. People have been wanting me to do a comic for a long time, and to be honest, with pretty much, I would say about 70 to 80% of all of my university projects coming out as comics, it kind of makes sense, and it's very much a natural progression. I was just wondering, because my universe works a little differently. Demons, humans. Oh, cool. So, I'm not going to say too much because there is actually... Well, then again, I don't really think it will show up in the comic. Because in terms of the timeline, it happens outside the timeline in both senses, because the story I'm thinking about is Mira, and Mira is also an exception to the rule of everything. To be honest, there is actually angels, and I would say angels in a very loose way. In terms of like the angels thing, it's not really been fully assessed. I think the angels are more or less like a part or like slightly above Avis. There is some connections between Avis and angels, but like honestly, not a lot. Because Mira's storyline was very difficult to come up with. I do not even want to begin describing Mira's storyline because it is complicated so much. Let's just say, mirror storyline, the story beats are pretty much the same. Like, however, the way in which each of those story beats happen, completely different. Do the kingdoms in your character universe work together or not? Yes and no. So, a lot of them do get along, but there are some that absolutely hate each other, like Avis and Mariposa. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Some kingdoms merge through marriages. Others split up because of marriages. Or should I say divorces more so, but like, yeah. So the actions of the characters do actually, well, the actions of the royal characters do have an impact on the kingdoms. To give you an example, Sparrow is the crown prince of Avis, and yet he marries the last remaining princess of Mariposa, which would end the war. But that doesn't end up going to plan, because when she was about to give birth to her baby boy, who would be ruler of both Avis and Mariposa, because in Avis's code, only a male can rule, whereas in Mariposa, both can rule. So literally this boy would get both kingdoms and the war would fully stop. But Holly Blue, the Sparrow's wife and the princess of Mariposa, ends up dying, and she apparently she dies in childbirth, but there is conspiracy theories that Hawk did it. There are, I'm not going to confirm which is the truth, just in case I'm like, good comic plot, But, there's also, like, conspiracy theories about other things in my OC universe. Some of which I'm not going to talk about because they come up in the comic, so, you know. Yeah, because each character has their own story. And even if it's part of the same overarching plot, like, each character has a different view of how that story goes. Also, the character stories affect the world that they're in, which makes it feel more dynamic and more, like, more deeper. Character interactions and character events mean something, and I think that is definitely the thing that people usually forget when doing a character universe. Not saying that in a mean way, I'm just saying that's just in general. People usually design the characters, design the worlds, but they don't think about them in tandem. And thinking about them in tandem will definitely just help spiral the world into something like what I've got. I feel like the Mariposa princess would have been controlled completely by Hawk if she hadn't have died. That's that's debatable. If you want my personal opinion, I don't even think Hawk would have let them live, or at least let the baby boy live. Because a boy is very, for Avis, a boy is like going to be the next emperor of Avis. Like, a boy is important. It's male primogeniture. That is very, very strict in Avis. So if it's a boy, it's insane. Like, it's gotta be a boy to rule. Unless, of course, it's a male heir of a daughter. So in the family's case, the only heir apart from Sparrow is actually his cousins. So Kanara marries and has some sons of her own. So those sons, even though they are Veronan, and Hawk hates the fact that they're Veronan, they legitimately would be behind Sparrow in the line of succession. And Hawk hates it. Yeah, Hawk is very controlling. Have any of you guys seen May Illustrations animatic on Instagram? Because May posted this animatic. You can literally find it in my tags section on my profile on Instagram. It's an animatic of Hawk's wife. And, oh, it's so good. I'm not going to play it on stream because, you know, copyright. Don't want that anywhere near my channel. But, oh, it's so good. So good. I really want to do an animatic, but I've got so many other projects under my belt right now that I literally don't want to take anything else on. Also, another artist YouTuber came to me today and was like, can we collab? I'm like, yes! Because we've collabed before and I really wanted to collab again. To be honest, the last collab I did was last year. Around this time? Maybe even earlier. It's definitely been a year since I did a collab, so I was like, yes. Oh, there it is. I was looking for my Posca pen. Keep in mind, do the royal characters interact with civilians? Yes, they do. There's certain events, which I'm not going to delve into because if I do end up getting to further arcs past Verona, because Loca is going to be first, Verona is going to be second, I think. But Verona ties into many different kingdoms' arcs. Verona is like the central hub of like cultural style and stuff, and a lot of characters link to Verona, or at least link back to Verona. And there is a scenario which I'm probably going to explore, and it dives into a connection which there is interaction between royals and, well, then again, I think it might actually be in Verona's section. No, it will be in Verona's arc that they have interactions with them. I don't know when arcs are going to start and end, though. That's my issue, because a lot of the arc, like, dividers very much blend together. Well, I mean, most of the comic is going to be focusing on the royal side, but there will be some instances where it delves into the public side. Hello? thank you. Do you have different royal outfits for your royal OCs? Most of them have just default outfits. I think I'm gonna stick to the default outfits. They do have different outfits for like different ages, so to show like a passage of time. But in terms of like some outfits are default for the time, if that makes sense. So for instance, Loki and Nicholas, their outfits are different in the comic than they are than when I draw them normally, because they're younger. And they're in a different situation. Well, different time. I'd say they do have like for special occasions. So in the comic, if you read it, I'm assuming you've read it like so far. Basically, it's showing you that Loki has or is wearing something for later, or she tried on something for later to wear, and she's just gonna keep it on for the rest of the day, because when she's in it, there's literally no point in her changing just for her to change back into it. She's just gonna keep herself as clean as possible until like the evening. So if you want to get technical about it, say if the comic had started before she had put on her nice dress, yes, she would have been wearing something different, but I don't have a design for that. I'm gonna see if I can try and get these done a bit quicker. Kelby should be easy. Should be. Well, in terms of Loki's dress, I tried to make it like more practical, something that she would wear, something that she is comfortable in. There are certain kingdoms who are very, very strict about what you should wear, but in terms of Loki's outfit is pretty lenient in comparison to like other kingdoms and what they would wear. I mean, what princess do you know wears knee-high boots? Not a lot of princesses. colours do I have? Y triple zero. Yeah, at the moment though they only have one outfit, and I know for a fact that I probably will put them in different outfits. It's just for like simplicity's sake for the comic, because with the comic I think if they had so many different outfits it would drive me up the wall to draw all of them. I will say though, I wish Jonathan's outfit was a little bit more, a little more simple. I've got to admit that. But he's supposed to be the king, so I suppose it makes sense why his outfit would be detailed. Exactly. I feel like when I was designing Loki's party outfit, or like the outfit that you see her in the comic, it was very much a case of her personality needs to come through in it. And I think that that's going to be true with pretty much all the characters. I'm going to let at least a piece of their personality through with each of their designs. There's two characters in particular that you will see in chapter 4 that have very opposing types of designs. In terms of the way they are, just everything about them is kind of like, is kind of meant to oppose each other, and I don't know whether you will be able to tell who those two characters will be. But yeah. I have a lot of royal characters. There's some royal characters that I have that actually have similar traits in terms of like hidden identities, or like secret identities, sorry. But they use it in completely different ways, and they have completely different motivations. Do we get an Elements of Insanity reunion? I don't know. I mean, in terms of characters and where they live, I would say Melissa and the twins, Melissa, the twins, and Rosanna live in the same sort of area, I think. Yeah, they do. They all live in Navan. So it's kind of like a mini... It's very much a mini reunion because there's 4 of them. Obviously, Rosanna was one of the secondary characters, but even so. But God, the element of insanity. Oh. Literally, that group just explains everything about me. I was a co-founder of that group. The other co-founder being Paxton. Paxton owns Elijah, who is Loki's boyfriend. I think I might need to put a bit of refill on this marker. Have an Avengers style team up. They are from different places on the map though. So just to give you a little bit of insight, Loki is obviously from Loka. Melissa, the twins, and Rosanna are from Nivern. Skylar is from Verona, but her parents, her mum is Veronan, and her dad is Avian. So you kind of have like a crossover of kingdoms there. Not to mention part of that is related to a piece of story in a Krell. And also in terms of basically the part that's related to a Krell is through Skylar's mother, and a connection with Skylar's mother. And then in terms of Mira's connection is kind of linked with Skylar's dad. Mira is in the angel realm. I don't know exactly what to call it, but she's above Avis almost. Ruby is from Henlon, which is the island off of Nivern. Okay. Oh, I picked up a yellow-green type of colour. Putty. Roscoe? Roscoe Rose? Oh, you're researching. That's so cool. When are you gonna do another Drawing Your Overseas video? Hopefully soon. To be honest, I've got so many different videos planned. It's kind of insane. I know the next video is going to be a review video. I want to do another Drawing Your Overseas video, but those don't actually do very well. Weirdly enough. Like, you'd think they would do well, but they don't. I decided on a horror comic. Ooh. Okay, I need, I think I need blush. I mean, I started with blush. No, I think I'm gonna do this eggshell white color. Yeah, I'm happy I started with this. I need to turn down the music. It's a little loud. Blood tones. Do you need Copic blood tones? I don't know. What material are you looking for? Because if it's Copics you're looking for, look no further than EO7. Oof. Because EO7 is this colour, and it's called Light Mahogany. It's got like a yellow, no, it's got like a red undertone. It's like this really deep brown red. That was my refills drawer. Oh, hello, Ash. Thank you. Where is my colour? I'm looking for my R20. Better put my lid on this. V12. Oh, thank you. Although this colour choice is like almost blowing out the camera just a little bit. These character designs are by Gabby. Because in terms of these characters, there are 12 of these different, like, there are 12 of these characters in total. So these ones are Sammy's designs. Basically, we took four. So there was 12 character slots to fill, and so Sammy took 3 notes. Sammy took 4 to design. I took 4 to design, and Gabby took 4 to design. These are Sammy's 4. Coraline, Caspian, Zayla, and Melazine. Let me just turn down the volume a little. It's a little on the... Yeah, EO7's it's a really creepy colour. So in terms of these drawings, all of these drawings are mine. It's just that the designs... The designs were done by Gabby and Sammy. Well, Sammy for those previous 4. These 4 are Gabby's designs. Just my drawings of said designs. These characters all belong to my character universe as a whole. Gabby and Sammy just help me out. Like, just organising and doing bits and bobs here and there. They really help me keep on track. In terms of my designs though, my ones to design. I also did a couple of extra ones as well because they're actually the parents and Elias, which was the Instagram Designs My OC character from episode 2. But these are my 2 boys, Azuki and Reef. And then these are my 2 girls, Pearl and Lorelei. As you can see, my characters use gradients. say on some of Sammy and Gabby's character designs, though, I did have input. I did have some input in the way things would look. Reef is an underwater Reese. Yes. Yes. Pretty much. But I think Reef would be... Reef would be different in a way. I can't remember what way because my brain is not functioning at the moment because it's kind of tired because it's 18 minutes past midnight. Same. But yeah, Reef does look like an underwater Reese. Well, we have Pastel Rocco. We need Merman Reese. At least with Merman Reese, he's actually freaking canon in the form of Reef. They may be creative hours, but they're not brain fully functioning hours. That's me. That's literally me during Jenna's 24-hour stream, and I literally fell asleep while on call for 2 hours. So I feel that. I'm pretty sure I've fallen asleep when I was on call with Tatty and Candy at one point as well. It wasn't for very long though. But I know for a fact that I've done it on Jenna's live stream. I didn't mean to. They were watching... To be fair though, they were watching a film. They weren't really talking or anything. I'm surprised I wasn't snoring my head off. I asked the people, I asked Jenna and some of the people. I was on call with, and they were like, no, we didn't really hear you, like, snore at all. That was ages ago. Like, she attempted a 12-hour live stream. I think she attempted at least twice. It's got to be last year or something. She mainly streams on her second channel though. I think she's still on holiday in Florida at the moment. She wouldn't have streamed while on holiday. They do. Oh my god, they do. Also, Jenna did this amazing picture for Canary Witch's birthday, and it actually brought Canary Witch out from the shadows. It was like a miracle had been born. It may not have brought her out the shadows on Instagram, but it brought her out the shadows on Twitter, and like, you're like, where have you been? It's been so long. We thought you had died. When you have more me. Ooh. My brain was just being really slow to respond. Beg pardon? Oh. Oh no. Oh well, this is a very old t-shirt. It's old Dan and Phil merch, which I brought when I was 14. I am now 22. And I fit into this better than I did when I was 14. How tragic is that? Well, I mean, it's great for me now, but like, just thinking back to 14-year-old me, that's kind of tragic. Ooh. That's fine. These need like a white background anyway. And I'm going to edit them digitally. I'm going to cut them out digitally anyway, so it's not like it's a huge deal. It'd be a big deal if, like, say that blob was, like, right on the edge of a line or something. Where is that yellow? I'm literally half asleep. I feel that in my soul. But I really want to get these finished. I literally don't even have to suck anything out of this thing. Also, my brain feels like it's fogging up. Oh, okay. Bye, Undead Rose. I don't know how I'm carrying on. I almost feel the same way. But I can tell you now, as soon as I end this stream, as soon as I end it, it'll be like sudden burst of energy out of nowhere. That's what it's going to be like. always going to be the way. It's like, I'm downstairs, I'm feeling tired, come up here, what's the first thing I do? Spend the next 2 hours awake at least. Why? Why am I like this? Oof, I feel that. I feel that, like, I want to draw, but I can't because I'm dead. Literally, I want to get this done, but whenever I'm like, oh, I need a certain colour, my brain just stops functioning. It's like, wait, where's that colour again? My brain feels numb. It's like brain too numb to actually do anything. Ugh. Wait, it's like E37. Basically, that will just add some stuff. Where's that pen? Roscoe.exe. Stop functioning me. Okay. This is like a light skin tone orange is what I need. I need like a pinky kind of color. I can use R81. So like a cool toned. R85. I mean, this is not the exact colour I need, but it's a light colour. Sorry if I'm not talking with the chat very much. I'm trying to put all of my brain power into finishing this because I want it to be over. The amount of times I have coloured mermaids during live streams, been a lot. And also this is work for a convention, so I want it to be done already so I can actually get started on making the sticker sets. Okay. Bye. And thank you. Let's put this purple. Hi. I'm doing alright. I'm a little tired because it's currently 46 minutes past midnight. I'm gonna finish this and then go off to bed. As you can see, I've kind of got like a little bit of the hair left to do, a bit of the shading of the top, and then the rest of the tail. So not too much longer. Where is my V15? Oop. Oh, thank you. But her stripes are actually blue. She's got like blue. I think I might try and add like a more subtle blue first. These are all kind of like sea creature characters. I can't quite remember what fish Nami is, but we have Octavia the coconut octopus. We have Kelby the pufferfish, and then we have Nami. I can't remember exactly what she is. I wish I could. Gabby did tell me. No, that's not the colour I'm looking for. B29. Wait, I think that one's a little bit lighter. Hello, Kelby. So all of these belong to my OC universe. In terms of the character design, however, this page was designed by my friend Gabby, because in terms of all of the characters, in this particular set of characters, there's actually 12 of them. So I designed 4 characters, my friend Sammy designed another 4, and then Gabby designed 4. The 4th one being this lionfish character named Bryn. I did his picture in a previous stream back in May. I'm only now just finishing all this. It is currently the 1st of August, and these sketches were done during May, during Mermaid. Oh. He's supposed to be a pufferfish. Kelby. Because with the 12 characters, there are actually adopted siblings. So there's 12 adopted siblings, and they're all of like different species. Even the mom and dad are 2 completely different species of fish, or like sea creature. Sorry. Of course! My Instagram and... Well, I don't really use my Twitter all that much, but I do use my Instagram. And it's here. I have a lot of characters and a lot of like lore and stuff. I'm not really like many art YouTubers, because I don't think many art YouTubers have like loads of characters with like this intensive narrative and story. That's why sometimes I always feel like I feel like an outsider looking in. Like I've done something wrong. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Trying to keep track of all my characters is quite difficult as well. And I'm like, oh, I want to draw more of my characters because I have 100+ characters. It's a real task. Yep, I do. It's a lot. just to give you an insight, it has my character universe has multiple kingdoms. Well, it has so many kingdoms that it has a map of the world. There's a map, and then there's also a huge PSB file, that's Photoshop big file, of a family tree of all the interconnecting royal houses. It's a lot. And whenever I explain all of this to people, in the past, before I even had any kind of outlet for it, people are like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to write a book? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And I finally settled with a comic, because I was like, just a comic on Webtoon. Or at least that's what I've started. I'm currently in the process of sketching out chapter 4, or episode 4, since Webtoon does it by episodes. I'm about to go on the trip, but I'm here anyway for a bit. I got a bit of sitting in a car. Oh, okay. I don't think I'm going to be live for too much longer. I am very tired. But I am going to try and finish this first. I still have some highlights to do, and I still have to finish trying to do this. Random question, but do you script your comics, or do you just do it on a fly? Not all, with the Meet the OC videos, not all of them are completely correct anymore, because, you know, as stories grow and develop, like, changes are made over the years, and those videos, for the most part, they're right. I would say some of them are wrong, though. But for the most part, they've stayed consistent. Basically, Drawing Fandom, I have a outline of, like, how the story's gonna go. So, story beats. It's just, I have to script out how to get to those story beats. Because a lot of people who have been around my channel for years already know these characters. They already know who they are in a certain sense. So it's like, they think they know everything, but really speaking, they don't know the really intricate parts. And sometimes the intricate parts can matter, because it really will change your perspective of a certain character and their motivations. So I know the basic outline of the story. It's just getting down into the nitty-gritty of everything, if that makes sense. quite a few people who actually found me through the Meet POCs videos. Especially in like 2015, a lot of people found me through those. It's nice. Okay. That makes sense. I made an outline and working on scripting my story, but only because I didn't want to make dialogue as I go. Basically, I have a couple of stages to my drafting process. Sometimes it's only one stage, but like, really speaking, it is made up of two separate stages. So first of all, I do dialogue scripting. So I make like a basic outline in terms of what dialogue is going to be spoken. What was I saying? Brain just stopped working. It's very late. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I saw the comment notification pop up. But yeah, I script my dialogue in a notebook, and then I actually, I'll just get my comic draft of like the first. Not all of this is correct, like some of this is like old, but this is like from, well, at least this part is the first part. Yeah, this is like the first part of it. I actually take the width of a ruler, and since it's like in a webcomic format and it's going down, I do the composition down. Whether it's going to be a comic in print, probably not. Maybe in the future, but like at the moment, no. It's not going to be like that. Oh, I just saw your comment that well, if Ludwig Art is still here, about that being one of the kingdoms the characters live in. Yes, that particular illustration I did for my comic. Aw, thank you though. But yeah, that picture is from the kingdom of Loka. The kingdom of which Loki is from. Mine is just all Google Doc. Yeah. Pretty much. So Loki is the red-haired one. Not on this page, no. God, Loki. Let's get one of Loki. I mean, this is from the first episode of my comic, because I do the illustrations for my comic traditionally, because I mainly do watercolor artwork because watercolor is my favorite. Loki, this is Loki when she's younger. She has curly hair, so she pretty much has like the same sort of style of hair, and then but instead of straight hair she has curly hair, because when she leaves she lets it go free. Loki is very much my complementary colour kind of person. Well, I do it traditional, but I put it together digitally. Because it needs to be a certain size for Webtoon. It needs to be 800 by 1280. So it needs to be a certain size. So that's why I put it together digitally. I also do the texting, like putting the text on it digitally. Yeah, I do all the illustrations for the pages traditionally. I even do some of the background pieces like traditionally as well, because if you've watched my brush show video where I actually do like different brush show stuff, which brush show makes a mess, by the way. I use the textures that come out of those brush show sessions for the backgrounds. I actually need to do another brush show session, which when I do those sessions I usually do a lot of artwork all in once. You should. It's really, really fun. I love her. She's so beautiful. Oh. Yeah, Loki's really pretty. I really like Loki. end the stream, but at the same time, I'm tired. Ugh. Wait, I need to still add a bit of blue to the ends of her hair. Isn't it like 12? It's 1. It's 12 minutes past 1 in the morning. But I wanted to get these done because these have been sitting in my shelf since May. So I really wanted to get these done. Also, I'm doing these for my first convention, making them into stickers, hopefully. Maybe not all of them, but like at least half of all of these are going to be made into stickers. Basically, I'm going to choose the best ones and just be like, When you create your characters, do you immediately know what their story is, or do you create it after? I kind of create it alongside it, if that makes sense. And even if I give them a story afterwards, so for example, I don't know whether you've watched the Instagram Designs Mercy character design videos, but I give them a story pretty much afterwards. I mean, sometimes I give them a story like while I'm making them. I think the Instagram Designs My OC videos give you a really good idea of my character process. Will we see these in the comic? Do you mean these characters? Because if you're asking about that, no. Most likely not, unfortunately. It's because the kingdom is like under the sea, so, and a lot of what I've got planned is only above the surface of the water, so. Maybe when I'm finished or something. Because it'd be really, really fun to do some kind of like spin-off series of like a Krell under the waves. Or something. That could be fun. Well, some kingdoms are just not going to be seen for the sake of because of the storyline. Like there's some kingdoms, like some kingdoms have stronger links to each other than others. But Akrel is one of those kingdoms that is very split off from the rest of the kingdoms because it's under the water. It's like very isolated almost. And there's another kingdom which I'm not really gonna, that's connected to a Krell, that I'm not really gonna go into because that's kind of spoiler territory for a future thing with the comic. A Krell might make an appearance. It might. And I say might because it has a connection to a kingdom that is going to appear in the comic. Or at least hopefully. Who are your inspiration in drawing or art? Which artist? Or which artist do you like more? Oh, artist inspirations. Oh my god. It's kind of difficult to actually pinpoint some because there's so many. I mean, in terms of character creation, I feel like I just was naturally creating characters, really. But I think the people who really inspired me to like continue with it and supported my choices were Jenna Drawing and Canary Witch. They're my two internet buddies. Jenna's currently on holiday, and Canary Witch has just disappeared off the face of the internet. So it's a bit lonely at the moment. If you read webtoons, there's this webtoon called Empira, which is literally like a split down the middle, like a 50-50 split. Its style is very much like half Canary Witch and half Jenna. It is insane. Even though they didn't do it, even though that's not their comic. As far as I'm aware, Jenna hasn't released her comic yet, still. And Canary doesn't have a comic because she's just too busy. Personally, I find it interesting. Characters can exist within a world and you know it, but people who read the comic won't because it doesn't show up. It's like a whole new world. Exactly. I think it adds a little bit of charm because if you know that those characters exist but they don't pop up in the comic, it's kind of like a little nod to my YouTube channel because I design them and like show off my process on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you know her. Oh, that's so sweet. Aww. I'm flattered. Thank you. Come on, Posca Pen. You can work. Aww, drawing fandom, thank you. You should really check her out. It's kind of difficult. It's kind kind of difficult when YouTube said you can't subscribe to yourself. Gotta be real, Zoe. I found you in 2015 and I felt so validated. Because you mainly... Yeah, like, the thing I find really... Well, it's not odd, I would say, but it's kind of weird that more artists don't have more characters of their own. It's like a lot of YouTube artists just don't have, like, OCs. And I'm like, how? But then again, I'm biased. I'm the one who has like 100+ OCs and this whole OC universe with its lore deeper than the Marianas Trench. So there's at least a little bit of bias there. Hello. I still feel a little bit on the outside of the artist community a little bit because not many artist YouTubers have characters of their own, which is kind of sad. I get attached to my characters. My characters are my children. Yeah, I liked developed characters. I think what makes me different is that a lot of the artist YouTubers here, I would say, are more illustrators. They illustrate single pictures and stuff, whereas I am a narrative. I'm a narrative illustrator. I need a narrative to illustrate. I get attached to my characters. My characters are my children. That's what I do, Tegan. Are we bringing back the Zoe Mariner quotes book? Oh no. Please don't bring up old gems from that book. That book. Also, just throwing it out there, but Casey Golden is also like that. She's claimed that she always has to make a story to go with her illustrations. Oh, yeah, I kind of always got that feeling from Casey, especially with like all of her different types of characters. And with the ants, like, with the ants, you can always tell, like, she creates those, like, ant drawings that when you look at it, you can always see a story going on. With each set of ants, which I think is really, really sweet. And it's like every time you look at the image, you see something new. I like to do that in some of my images as well. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I think I watched one of part of her last live stream, and she was going through a sketching process, and yeah, I did see that. Even though she didn't outright say it, I did notice it. I have characters from Human Earth and ones from my own world, but both were always kept separate. Yeah, originally with my characters, they were all on different worlds, like they were all really separate from each other, but I was like, well, I kind of would like them all together in one world and for it to make sense. But to do that, maybe you could last 3 hours more. I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, I am working on... I'm hopefully going to do the sketch... Well, finish off the sketching process of Chapter 4 and hopefully get onto the line work process of Chapter 4. Because I do the line work before I do the painting part. And while I'm doing the line work of that, I can actually do the line work for my video. Because I have a video... I've done the drawings for a video. In fact, one of the drawings for my next video is actually from 2018. It was in one of my old sketchbooks. I thought I would use it because it looked pretty decent. Oh, thank you, Willow. All of my separate OCs from my main OC world hardly get noticed. Nope. I'm going to clean these up traditionally anyway. Well, I'm going to have to go. I loved being here and will obviously watch other videos and streams you do. Aww. Aww. Thank you. Bye, Ludwig Art. Thanks for coming. I'm a 3D animation student, but I lean more towards story writing and character design. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, when I was at uni, I said this in my university reflections video, where I actually go over my personal regrets, as well as things I probably would have done differently in uni, just looking back at it. And the main thing that came up was the fact that I would have liked to do a major illustration, because my degree was a single honours illustration. However, I would have liked to do a minor in animation at the same time. So I would have done major illustration, minor animation. Hi, Michaela! I saw on your story that you'd started a new channel. I subscribed. I watched your Scrawlerbox video too. It was so good. You were so excited and so happy about it. Yes, you restarted. Yay. I'm excited for you. I remember when I restarted. I had to restart back in like 2013. Like, I deleted a previous channel and then made this one. Scrawlerbox is so good. It is really good, but I had to cancel my subscription. My last box will be in November. July. Oh, July's box. Not gonna spoil exactly what's in July's box, but that's gonna be an interesting video. I filmed the intro for that. I still need to edit it. I don't know when that video is going to be though, because I haven't had the chance to like sit down and do that video because I'm procrastinating with it. Yeah, I restarted back in 2013. The only reason why I restarted is because Google Plus really screwed me over with the first one. I only had about 34 subscribers at the time, so I was like, it's probably for the best. I mean, it was kind of like a huge setback at the time because I was like, I need to post June's first, but oh my god, I already finished July's because I loved it. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing your June box. Did you like June's as well? I loved June's. June's was great. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I feel that. But sometimes I think a fresh start is good. Watercolor and polychromos. Yes. Oh, It's funny because I have so much Daler Rowney watercolour paper. I used a lot of that watercolour paper during uni, and then I'm now using it now for my comic because I have so much left over. I'm also going to be using the Arteza watercolour paper because they sent it to me for free, so I'm going to use it. Even though the texture is different, I'm just going to use it. I'm just going to use what I've got. I am still looking to like have a travel palette, so it was really ironic that in my sketchbook tour I said, oh, I want a travel palette, and then in the next Scrawlerbox video, I unbox a travel palette. Oh, they did? Is it good? The watercolour paper is great. I really like it. Obviously, there are some issues with like some techniques that I found, but to be honest, I think every watercolour paper has their weakness in some area. The tiny brush was everything. I can tell you one thing in terms of like the Aquafine brushes. I had a pack of those that I got free from the university shop, because when they opened the university shop, they gave us some money to spend in it for free once they opened it. So I spent mine on some brushes and some lino paint. And I wish I never done with the lino printing paint. It was awful. But the brushes were some of the best investment I have ever made. I still have the I think it's either the 501 or the 502 set. I can't remember exactly what set they came from. I think it might have been 501. And at the time, the 501 set of Daler Rowney Aquafine brushes was like super rare, or if you could find them, they were super expensive. And I got mine for £17, which is great. I don't even think they were 17. But then again, like, it didn't really matter how much they were because the university gave me money for them. So, for all intents and purposes, they were free. Yeah, the Aquafine brushes are so good. It's like, if you are a watercolour person, I would recommend getting a squirrel hair mop brush. I have some cheaper squirrel hair mop brushes. I think my most expensive one though is a Raphael 0/3. They're so good. They're such an all-rounder good brush. But you've got to have good control for them. I keep leaving and coming back. What time is it for you? It is 1:40 in the morning. oils. The essential oil things scarred me to death, so I tend to use watercolour more. Oh, cool. I don't really use oils. Like with oil painting, I always get a little bit scared. Also, with oils, I always had like the regular oils, so it means that they were a lot of mess to clean up. So I'm actually kind of glad that these are like water soluble oils. That's why in uni, when it came to having to use acrylics, I always used gouache because I knew that I could clean them up afterwards. Well, the drawings came out really good. Oh, thank you. So, in terms of these mermaid drawings, they're all done now. Wait, where's Bryn? Bryn. Haha. So these 4 were designed by Gabby. Sammy! Hi, Sammy! I finally finished them all. And it is almost 2 AM and I'm tired. Just a tad. But knowing me, I'll probably stay up for another 15 minutes talking until 2 AM. Because that's me. So, there's 12 children of a kraal. These 4 were designed by Gabby. With those 12 children, because it's a lot of characters to have to design, Gabby took 4, Sammy took 4, and then I took 4 as well. So there's Bryn, Octavia, Nami, and Kelby, which were Gabby's 4 to design. I mean, they all belong in my character universe. But I've got to give credit where credit is due. And then we have Sammy's 4. So the 2 I did on stream for Sammy's 4 are these 2. And then I did the boys off stream. So Zayla and Okay, so Sammy, I've been saying throughout the stream that they're mainly your 4 to design. However, I did have my input when creating these illustrations. I did help you out a bit. But you gave me the general shape of what the character was going to look like and also the fish to take inspiration from. So yeah, we have Caspian, Coraline, Melazine. Is that how you say that? I always have problems with her name. And Zayla. I haven't scanned these ones yet. The one I have scanned is Bryn, so I'll just stick Bryn away from the others. In terms of mine have all been scanned. So with mine, I actually have a couple of extra characters that I did as well, because they're the parents that I did. But with mine, there are Pearl and Lorelei, who are the girls. And then the boys are Azuki and Reef. Now, Reef is, really speaking, a bit of a Reese clone, but I think he would be kind of different in terms of personality. Yeah, a lot of people's favourite is Pearl. And Pearl's colours actually were from the May 2018 Copic colours. And then these final three, a little bit of an oddball mix. So you have Elias, who was the second Instagram Designs My Character. And you have Aquaria and Flippy, or Flipperold. You do, Sammy. You do draw really pretty. I second what Michaela's saying. 100%. Love him. Elias is just, yes. Yes. But in terms of Aquaria and Flippy, there was a lot of Spyro inspiration in these two, because in Spyro 2 there's an actual NPC called King Flippy. He is an actual seahorse king NPC, so we were like, oh, let's do King Flippy. Let's do our own version. And then with Aquaria was actually named after the level that King Flippy is actually in the game. So from Aquaria Towers. So this whole kingdom of Akrel was actually made because of a Spyro level. In terms of the kingdom's name Akrel is actually named after watercolor technique. What a watercolor technique, which I'm an artist who mainly does watercolor, so I thought, well, it's perfect. I'm gonna just put away some of my stuff, because this is what I would do just before I before I turn into bed anyway. But Sammy, your artwork is really good. Don't put yourself down. Me and Michaela just getting really irritated. You keep putting yourself down because we don't want you to put yourself down. It is. We stalk you on Insta, so we know. I don't know if it's just me or like but I've been saying, oh, should I do a watercolor like collection video? And me, being an idiot, started watching watercolor collection videos of other artists and just instantly was like, well, my watercolor collection is going to be put to shame. Because I don't have the core or the Holbein or like the Daniel Smith. Like, people rave about the Daniel Smith and I'm just like, I don't have any. Or like M-Gram, I don't have that either. Yes, please do a watercolor collection video. Literally the only brand that I have that everybody will be like, well, that's the brand we were expecting to see in a watercolor collection, is the White Knights. And even now, like, I see a lot of people hating on the White Knights. I'm like, but they're my favourites. I'm with Michaela on this one. Bear hugs all around. They are. I love them. Cause they're kind of, well, some people would say, oh, they're more student grade. Even though they're a cheaper professional brand. Really speaking. White Knights are really good. I really love White Knights. Oh, hang on. Let me just show you my White Knights palette. Well, palettes. Obviously, these would be in the collection video too, but like, can you tell which colour I use the most? My yellow ochre. The yellow ochre in the White Knight set. Oh, I love it. I love it too much. It is the best mixing colour I've ever used. I love the yellow ochre. And then in this one, we have mostly what is the new White Knights colours. The White Knights colour, the 2019 White Knights colours are in here. There are also some of the oddball colours that I didn't put anywhere else. Hi Ghost Vanilla. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming. And it's going to be 2 AM very, very soon. But yeah, this is my main watercolour palette. I do use it in conjunction with this one. But there are also a couple ones that didn't fit. These are the White Knights that didn't fit, and then these ones are literally just 2 Van Gogh colours, and then this one is a Winsor & Newton Professional Permanent Magenta. But yeah, I would say that's pretty much... I'd say that's pretty much the end of the stream. Though you really liked your June Scrawlerbox watercolour piece, I cannot wait to see that. I really can't wait to see it. Because in terms of like the watercolour set from Scrawlerbox, I used it on this one. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow because I've hopefully I'm going to try and get my comic at least sketched up and line work tomorrow. I'm hoping. And I'm gonna try and get some artwork done for my video. And just, I'll give you a spoiler about the video. The character I've drawn for the video is Alex. A resident highlighter girl. It's been a while since I've drawn Alex, so it's gonna be an interesting video. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will hopefully see you either in a next live stream, whether I live stream Friday, which I doubt. Probably the next video, because I think that'll probably be more feasible. Bye!